Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best electronic hunting calls. Starting at number 5. Primos Dogg Trap E. The Primos 3755 Turbo Dogg is where we start to get into more advanced features. It's a programmable electronic caller, so you're not limited by the included calls. 36 sounds are included, separated into categories by species. You can plug the unit into your computer to download additional sounds and even expert hunts, of which 4 are included out of the box. Expert hunts are pre-programmed sequences of different calls, designed to better mimic natural animal sounds rather than repeat the same type of call over and over again. It works well, though. The speaker is, frankly, amazing. It has a 25-watt amp and is louder than most other units, even at half the volume. Primos designed the speaker to produce a wider frequency range than on most other calls, so the sounds are as natural as possible. There's also an audio out port, so you can add on an additional speaker. Not everything is roses, though. The remote has a hard time connecting to the caller when the caller is on the ground. You may have to lift it in order to achieve enough range to be usable. Coming at number 4. Icotec Gen 2 GC320 Electronic. Electronic calls are good for attracting a coyote's attention, but some of those predators can learn to be wary of a sound coming from something that's not an animal. So, it's recommended to add a decoy, which draws the predators in with a visual component. That rabbit distress call is a lot more believable when accompanied by a piece of fur thrashing about. The Icotec Gen 2 GC320 is an electronic call/decoy combo. It's basically the G300, except you don't have to buy the AD400 decoys separately. Backlighting keeps you hunting at night. The lure has 2 different decoy toppers to match the call you want to make. There is a night light, so your decoy is usable at night. You can set it to automatically run or move at intermittent periods. The lure even has a speed control dial for when you want the knot rabbit to really party down. Both the decoy and remote attach to the call for easy transportation. At number 3. Icotec GC101XL. The Icotec C101XL is the smallest and lightest full-feature predator call available. Like most other non-programmable predator calls, you can choose between 12 different animal calls. These come from Wildlife Technologies and are good for attracting bobcats, coyotes, and foxes, as well as crows and potentially other animals. This unit is aimed at bow hunters, though, because of its short range. The remote's maximum range is only 100 yards. Though you may have trouble getting it to work that far in practice because of foliage and other obstacles. The collar and remote are both surprisingly small. The collar fits on your belt and the remote is about the same size as a small hunting radio. Number 2 of my list. Primos Dog Catcher. The Primos Dog Catcher is another simple predator call aimed at bobcats, coyotes, and foxes. It comes with 12 calls, each of which is labeled just above the respective button. The calls were designed by Randy Anderson and include coyote serenades and invitations as well as various animals in distress. You can turn up and down the volume and pause the active calls. 2 sounds can play at once. The antenna folds down for transport and storage. The dog catcher speaker is clear but not super loud. That, coupled with the 150-yard range, makes this caller better for smaller properties. It's worth noting that the remote is easy to turn on. So easy, in fact, some people have had it turn on in storage and run out of batteries before they hit the field. And number 1. Icotec Gen 2 GC300. The Icotec Gen 2 GC300 is an entry-level predator call, but it's more than capable enough to stand up to the requirements of veteran hunters. The GC300 is not programmable and has only 12 sounds. While this cuts down on versatility somewhat, The included sounds do run the gamut from white-tailed bunnies in distress to fighting coyotes, along with some distressed bird sounds. So you can attract a wide variety of predators. The remote comes tuned to the collar, so you don't have to fiddle around to get started. Just press a button and the call starts making noise. The remote reaches an impressive 300 yards. You can turn on or off the backlighting for nighttime hunting, change the volume, and pause the calls. There is also a decoy button, which is compatible with add-on decoys such as the Icotec AD400. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.